Good morning. So, welcome to episode 47. I'm Renee Divatronic, and this is the Avant Garde Electronic Music Society. And today I have a little story for you, maybe two. So, if you notice my makeup today, it's the Pamela Anderson makeup look of the 90s. Dark lip liner, light lipstick, basic eyes and eyebrows, penciled. Anyway, what I'm doing is, many years ago, in Melbourne, my friend that I used to go out with, she was the Australian Prime Minister's publicist, and she called me at about 2 in the morning, and she's like, "Renee, where are you?" And I'm like, I'm a little busy, I'm a little busy. I'm hanging out, with people, record label. And she's like, "Oh, come on, let's go out. And I've got Pamela Anderson here." And I said, "Oh, no, maybe later. Why don't you come over here? Why don't you come over to the house and have a house party? We've got some wine and snacks." And anyway, they're in the back of a limousine after a premiere, and whatever. So that was my grace with Canadian American pop culture. And anyway, I'm loving Pamela Anderson's look this year and last year. It's natural. She's like going for my new look. Nothing. Nothing. But anyway, what we have now is back to the music, shall we? Jerome Van Garling was a Netherlands boy who flew over and stayed at my house in about 1999, 2000, and for a festival called Rainbow Seven Festival, which my partner was hosting. And what happened was, he died in 2024. And anyway, very sad. He's such a talented music producer for the psytrance genre. Anyway, so I found a track by Jerome and remixed by Thomas, other named Atmos, from the Polish-Swedish background, psychedelic trance scene, and birth and Swedish psytrance scene. And he came to Australia as well and graced my house with his presence and his music. So, and his other music partner, Morgan from Sweden, also passed away in the last few years. And he was the youngest one of all of them from that Europe scene. And he was wonderful. His music was wonderful. So anyway, I found a track from the album Z to A, and Next Stop Oblivion, with Zoe on vocals. Not my music teacher from 99, 2000. Avant Garde DNC Records with Luke Schabel, my two music teachers that are, I always thought they were so unique, they really had a nice, interesting style, which is basically, these, my friends my manager used to call me the face of the Australian dance music scene. So I used to try and play everything, not just everything that I like, So Ivan Goff and Luke Schabel used to make this gorgeous little breakbeat sound, and then flat out kind of house music with it. So I used to love that, and I used to play the records in the nightclub and on the radio, and also at the music festivals, the outdoor bush parties. They call them doofs, but I don't like the word doof for some reason. I mean, there's an artist called Doof, psytrance artist, so I'm like, huh. Anyway, but doof Yeah, interesting word. So I just go, oh, food for the brain, spelt backwards, you know. Food, yeah. Anyway, so what I have here is a little track by two of my favorite artists, and Atmos is coming here, March the Partiers, and called Rainbow Spirit Festival, and here is a little sample of what I used to have to live with. I mean, what a disaster. Here we are. I'm being facetious and sarcastic. So here we are. So this is the other side of psytrance and trance and art pop music, I call it. Because Ollie Olsen was the founder of this Avant Garde and the first psytrance experience with the Psyharmonics record labels with Bruce Butler and Andrew Till, Gus, Ollie Olsen, and with my Rip Van Hippie, of course, Jeffrey Hales. So if you Google Psyharmonics, he's not one of the founding members because he came in for a different angle, different experience, same year. He spent a lot of time in America and Morocco and France and Japan since 1965, writing avant-garde electronic music and things like that, and straight out pop music and the rock and roll scene, rock music scene with Glenn Shorrock and Renee and you know a few different sounds. Yeah. So this is a different sound of trance altogether, and I used to play this. I call it progressive trance because it's not quite house, it's not quite psychedelic trance, and it's extremely melodic. Not as in the melodic that I discovered with the Arabic and the Asian fusion in 2012, 13, 14. This is the Swedish people have an interesting warmth, maybe because it's so cold there sometimes. Sound, it's like warm and round and smooth and very sexy. So and it's, you know, it's easy. It's good for sunrise, you know, like Simon Hosford, hallucinogen from England, and he's got a little video of him at Metropolis Engineering Music Studio pressing his vinyl the other day on Facebook. You can Google that because a lot of people haven't seen how records are pressed. So anyway, what those boys do, and what happens is his trance, his side trance, is another level of complexity. It's a lot different to this one. So what we have here is an English psychedelic trance artist, which is amazing, complexity amazing. Even the down tempo is beautifully constructed and amazing, stimulating for the brain. You don't even need to be, everyone's like, oh, all those kids are on psychedelic drugs and, things like that. Maybe once they did try it, maybe, but with this music, you can just sit there and you can appreciate it. And you don't need to get high on any supply, whatever it is. So, between the English psychedelic trance artist and the other European, the Swedish and the German, it's a whole different sound. The complexity gets sometimes a little bit less mid-high range psychedelic effects with the synthesizers and the complexity. It just becomes a little bit more stripped down and a bit smoother. So anyway, this track is half Netherlands, shall we say, and half Swedish. And let's see what happens. always knew my poetry would be on trend. Spoken word, see? Not just, singing. So pop music can be everything these days. And this Netherlands and British and Swedish knew that. And I'm blessed to have had them stay in my home and promote their music in Australia.
You go from place to place, not knowing. I have visions of disbelief. Dreaming with my eyes wide open. The mind tries to resist. Into the system.
Well, there you go.
Satisfaction.
Good morning, Australia, and everybody. It's a bit of nice noise, huh? Anyway, makes your little feet tap sometimes. So anyway, back onto my program. So this is in loving memory of Jerome van Garling, synchro from the Netherlands, who passed away far too early. So yesterday we celebrated Ollie Olsen because it's his birthday, and so we have to appreciate his electronic music angle. See, everyone that we invited to Australia and put on that lineup all those years ago brings an extremely important facet of psychedelic trance, techno, and house music, drum and bass. And to have them die on us so early, it's just something's wrong in the world. The last 7 years, something horrible has been going on in the world. And they've been taking our beautiful artists, and these guys aren't drug addicts, they're not overdosing in a rock star manner. They're sick, it's like someone's poisoned them and forced them to get ill, and they die early. So yeah, something in this universe is not right. So anyway, that's a beautiful song from the Netherlands and Sweden and a beautiful British vocalist. So, what we have now is back to the program. I need to read this poem that I wrote a few weeks ago. Here we are. I think it's a little bit appropriate now today. So, what we'll do is, I'll try and, so you don't get my horrible angle, like you do always, look like a crazy person, old woman with no, anyway. I look better front on, don't I? Say yes. So, poem, shall we? So, begin. I'll say I'm Renee Divatronic. Thank you so much for joining the Avant Garde Electronic Music Society, and I have a poem for you. The night is young. The stars are bright. I'm on a journey. I'm going to reach new heights. Through every hardship, I will find a way. I won't give up, not today. I see a future of endless dreams. I'll break the chains. I'll burst the seams. I'll find the strength deep inside my soul and let it guide me, help me take control. Rise up, rise up. Don't back down. With every step, I'll wear the crown. Believe in yourself. Let your light shine. It's time to conquer. This moment is mine. So that's 2025. Renee Divatronic, Divatronic Records Australia, which is what Ollie Olsen helped me put online in 2005, 6, 7, 8, and the first song is For You by Renee Divatronic. And maybe I'll try and find it for you. This was me trying to cross over into mainstream by involving a vocal and stripping down but keeping it a little complex music. So, you know, I wanted to make our psytrance seem as structured, normal as possible. I'll see if I can find it. Let's see. I can see a video of me coming up. I'll just type in SoundCloud. I think I've got it. You know, it was a release, and the file, you know, my computer got wiped, and now I've lost all my files, but there were some songs hosted, so I could do the Avant Garde Electronic Music Society release with DJ Rip Van Hippie and Miss Renee on the Divatronic Records Australia record label, which I did last year, which was 7 songs. But I've got another. I'm going to do a version 2 probably this weekend and do another release. So I actually don't know how to put this. I'll just type in SoundCloud, shall I? The SoundCloud is a website that you host songs on, and DJ mixes and things like that. So